Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to Hollywood Hits. In today's video we are going to talk about this is the largest residence of any world leader. Before we start, hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. A presidential palace is the official residence of the president in some countries. Some presidential palaces were once the official residences to monarchs in former monarchies that were preserved during those states' transition into republics. Some other presidential palaces were once the official residences to viceroys in former colonies that were preserved during their transition to independent states. The Rashtrapati Bhavan in India is the world's largest presidential palace. Rashtrapati Bhavan, home to the president of the world's largest democracy, epitomizes India's strength, its democratic traditions, and secular character. Rashtrapati Bhavan was the creation of architects of exceptional imagination and masterfulness, Sir Edward Lutyens and Herbert Baker. It was Sir Lutyens who conceptualized the H-shaped building, covering an area of 5 acres on a 330-acre estate. This mansion has a total of 340 rooms spread over 4 floors, 2.5 kilometers of corridors, and 190 acres of garden area. Painstaking efforts of thousands of laborers, including masons, carpenters, artists, carvers, and cutters, saw the completion of this masterwork in the year 1929. Originally built as the residence for the Viceroy of India, Viceroy's House, as it was then called, has metamorphosed into today's Rashtrapati Bhavan. From being a symbol of imperial domination and power, it is today emblematic of Indian democracy and its secular, plural, and inclusive traditions. Former President of India, Sri R. Venkataraman, has rightly said, "Nature and man, rock and architecture have rarely collaborated to so fine a purpose as in the fashioning of the magnificent Rashtrapati Bhavan." When constructed, it was called the Viceroy's House. The name changed to Government House on August 15, 1947, when India became independent. Finally, its name was changed to Rashtrapati Bhavan during the term of President Dr. Rajendra Prasad. The Rashtrapati Bhavan has served as a home to Viceroy Lord Irwin and subsequently to other viceroys of India, to Lord Mountbatten, the last British viceroy and the first Governor-General of independent India in 1947. Lord Mountbatten administered the oath of Prime Minister to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru under the central dome of Rashtrapati Bhavan in 1947. C. Rajagopalachari, the first Indian Governor-General, also took oath under the Central Dome on June 21, 1948, and became the first Indian to reside at the Government House as it was then called. The grandeur of this majestic presidential palace, however, was humbled by the very modest gestures of Rajagopalachari. Finding the Viceroy's room too royal to stay, he shifted to smaller rooms, now called the family wing of the Rashtrapati Bhavan, for his personal use. This has been followed by all subsequent residents of the Bhavan. The erstwhile Viceroy's rooms have been converted into the guest wing for stay of heads of state and government and their delegations. As the first President of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad took Rashtrapati Bhavan as his abode in the year 1950 after assuming office. Little known is the fact that Mahatma Gandhi, much before the political heads of independent India, was an early visitor to the newly constructed Viceroy's house. The Viceroy had invited him for a meeting, which was met with dissent by Winston Churchill. Nevertheless, Mahatma Gandhi carried with him salt to add to his tea as a mark of protest against the British salt tax. The series of meetings between Mahatma Gandhi and Lord Irwin finally culminated in the famous Gandhi-Irwin Pact that was signed on March 5, 1931. Rashtrapati Bhavan has since independence hosted defense investiture ceremonies, swearing in of its leaders, honored its bravehearts and achievers, has heard the speeches of world leaders, signed pacts and treaties with various countries, celebrated India's independence and Republic Day functions, along with other festivals. The gates of Lutyens' masterpiece Delhi, which he described as one complete organism, perfect and inseparable, have now been opened to the public on the initiative of former President of India, Sri Pranab Mukherjee, since August 2012. The journey through this work of art is divided into 3 circuits. Circuit 1 covers the main building and central lawn of Rashtrapati Bhavan, including its premier rooms like the Ashok Hall, Durbar Hall, Banquet Hall, its drawing rooms, and many more. Circuit 2 consists of the tour of the Rashtrapati Bhavan Museum Complex, while Circuit 3 promises the tour of Rashtrapati Bhavan's famous gardens, the Mughal Gardens, Herbal Garden, Musical Garden, and Spiritual Garden. Flora and fauna. The 330 acres of land at the President's estate harbors a rich biodiversity. Open spaces, forest cover, parks, gardens, patches of wilderness, numerous fruit-bearing trees, and water bodies have all contributed in supporting rich flora and fauna at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. A nature trail spread over 75 acres has been developed in the estate for its residents to raise awareness about nature conservation. The nature trail covers both managed and natural ecosystems of the estate and is connected to the gardens of Rashtrapati Bhavan by well-laid paths. The main features of the nature trail are the pond ecosystem, butterfly corner, bear grove, mango orchard, peacock point, orangery, the forest ecosystem, the mica point, amongst others. 136 wild and cultivated plant species and 84 animal species, comprising 42 invertebrates and an equal number of vertebrates like frogs, garden lizards, snakes, etc., have been sighted along the trail. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing video from us.